I'm going to essentially walk you through getting some trades into the system and running a capital gains report in just a minute or two. So you would start out on BitTaxer.com. That's our homepage, and go to the login button. I've created a user for the purposes of this webinar, but you would just go to create your account if you don't have one set up yet. All right, and once you land, you'll have a list of clients if you purchase the CPA version of our software, and if you have the individual user account, you'll land on a dashboard like this. If you're a CPA and you need to add additional clients, you would just use this Add New Client button up here and go to the CPA Complete or the Self-Complete and set your client up. The Self-Complete will allow you to send an email to the client so that they can interact directly with the software to import their data, and the CPA Complete gives you essentially authority over the account so that you can do that on their behalf. But we already have a user set up, so I won't bore you with entering an email address. Let's go in and enter some data. So on the dashboard, we don't have anything entered yet, so you'll notice that everything's blank. Up here in the corner, we have that guidance button that I had alluded to in my introduction. So the first page of the guidance screen essentially just tries to hold your hand a little bit and welcome you to the guidance system. The second page lets you know the 3 different ways that we accept data, that we import data into our system. And then after that, you land on our data import page. So if you have a spreadsheet from an exchange, which will be the case most times, you press the exchange button, you press the drop-down menu to select the exchange that you'd like to import data for, and then you click the Choose File button. This will take you to an opportunity to select a file. You would pick your appropriate file for the exchange that you've selected and hit Import Spreadsheet. It takes a few seconds, and you'll notice that we now have some transactions listed in the tax year that those transactions were submitted. So we're just going to add a few more sheets so that we have some good contextual data for this example. It should only be just a minute. And you'll notice this transaction count up here is increasing as I add each of those sheets to let me know how many transactions I've entered. Okay, so we have a bunch of data in here now, buys and sells from Coinbase. We're gonna skip to guidance 4. And I'm actually gonna touch on this in just a moment. So instead we'll go to reports and show you how to get the 8949. So right here, you would select View All and then choose your LIFO or your FIFO accounting method. And then the report pops up for you really quick down here in the bottom. Clicking on it will show you that we've done all the parsing of data for you. We've matched lots against other lots based on the accounting method that you've picked. And we have summary values as well. In addition to the 8949, we also provide a proprietary product called the Tax Information Worksheet. And one cool thing about this is that if you have a client who forgot to enter some data, and that leads to a null cost basis, so they would have a full taxable, capital gains implication for that transaction with no cost basis, then we kind of highlight that row for you to show you that there's probably some additional information that you need the client to enter. And this is where being able to interact with that client's record comes in handy, because if they can provide you with that transaction over the phone or in an email, then you can just kind of enter it on their behalf. And you don't have to wait forever for them to be in front of a computer to take care of that. So that's how easy entering capital gains and losses are.